So the sandhills are a unique ecosystem that are found only on outcroppings of sand soil in central Santa Cruz County. Sand soil was derived from Miocene marine sediments that were laid down about 15 million years ago when this area was underneath an ocean. And as a result of uplift and changes over time, it's given rise to the Zayante soil, which supports this unique community of plants and animals that are found nowhere else in the world. If you drive through central Santa Cruz County near the towns of Scotts Valley, Felton, Ben Lomond, and even the community of Bonnie Doon, you'll know you're in the Sandhills when you see the very light coloration of the Zayante sand soil. It's very light gray, very bright, and reminds you, sort of looks like you're at the beach. Here's a fossil sand dollar that one of many fossil marine organisms you can find in the sandhills that evidence their marine origins. I always marvel that you can find an intact sand dollar that's 15 million years old when I have a hard time finding an intact sand dollar when you go to the beach today. Sand soil is really key to what makes the sandhills, plants and animals occur here and the communities so unique. So over there, we're looking at a former sand quarry or mine. There was probably about 7,000 acres of sandhills originally, which already makes it an extraordinarily rare ecosystem. Of that area, about 1,000 acres or so have been converted for use in mining, and so that habitat has been lost. And this has an impact, as all types of habitat loss, on the plants and animals, particularly the endemic species, those that are found only in the sandhills, as these are the rarest of species naturally. And then when they lose a seventh of the habitat, obviously that can have impacts on their ability to persist. There are 7 endemic species that have been described in the sandhills, 4 plants and 3 animals. The 4 plants are the Ben Lomond spineflower, the Santa Cruz wallflower, the Ben Lomond buckwheat, and the silverleaf manzanita. The 3 animals are the Mount Hermon June beetle, the Zayante bandwinged grasshopper, and the Santa Cruz kangaroo rat. It's important to note, though, that these are just the tip of the iceberg, as there's many species of plants and especially insects that have never been described. And I always find that's really interesting because the sandhills are within 50 miles of 7 or 8 academic institutions where that kind of taxonomic work is conducted. And yet, for decades, the sandhills were not commonly studied or explored. And so many species remain undescribed. So this is the Santa Cruz wallflower. It's Erissimum terredifolium. It's in the mustard family, or Brassicaceae. It's found nowhere else in the world. And it's pollinated, as you can see here, by the Chalcedone checker spot butterfly. It's an important pollinator for this rare plant. When you have places like this in the sandhills where we have high concentrations of plants, animals that are on the verge of extinction, they represent really important opportunities to conserve biodiversity. As a resident of Santa Cruz County, I like to think we can think globally and act locally by working to conserve biodiversity in my own backyard.